Hey guys, what's up? This is JinxRose, and welcome to the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. I've kind of done a little bit of a Let's Play on this game before, a couple of episodes. The difference here is that I couldn't continue playing it. It was almost unplayable. This game is 12 years old, or more, at this point. So, this is going to be a heavily modded version of Morrowind, as you can probably tell from this intro screen here, which is fully high def. I've got Morrowind Overhaul on here, as well as Tamriel Rebuilt, and quite a few other mods. I will list them all down in the description below. But it made it much more playable, which is awesome. Another thing is, recording this with it being this modded and stuff, I might have some frame rate drops. Let's get a new game started, though. Might have some frame rate drops. That could be an issue. And it's mainly because Morrowind will only work with a single core, so my other 7 cores aren't being used. Each event is preceded by prophecy, but without the hero there is no event. This sounds loud. I'm going to skip it. It's storyline based. I don't know if you can control the volume on that cutscene or not. All the rest of the volume should be appropriate. Look how pretty it looks. He's not talking. Oh, no, he is. It's just really quiet. My name is going to be Sojourn the Black Widow. And I've already decided what kind of character I'm going to make. Last time I kind of just winged it, but I've already decided what kind of character I'm going to go with this time. I heard them say we've reached Morrowind. I'm sure they'll let us go. This is where you get off. Come with me. I've got to voice it for him. I play this game so much I know what they all sound like. So one of the mods I have is faster running speeds, just because the last Let's Play was so slow. I have so many mods on this right now, it's not even funny. Just to make it look good and perform better. I will list all the mods down in the description for the video. So we are going to be a dark elf. And I'm going to change my sex for 2 reasons. First off, I'm the one who's got to like look at it for hundreds of hours if we do this Let's Play correctly. So I want to look at you. I'm pretty. Other than that, women in this game, I'm not positive if it was changed with like a patch or anything like that. But when I originally played the game, female characters in the game, their stats they really outweighed the men. And I think it was that way in a lot of the older Elder Scrolls games. So we're just gonna find somebody who doesn't like. Here's all the old Morrowind faces. That's what they look like. And then here's the new faces, just much better looking. I have better bodies on, better faces, bunch of different mods. I'm gonna go with that. Hair is fine, I guess. No, we're gonna change that. Some of these are newer hairs that don't exist in the core Morrowind. I like this. Perfect. Oh, and another mod is full attack. It fortifies the attack 1,000 points. It doesn't change the amount of damage that you do. It changes how often you hit enemies. And the reason I have that installed is because in traditional Morrowind, attacking is kind of a percentage-based thing. So you could be slashing away at an enemy right in his face and not actually hitting the enemy. And that mod makes it to where you actually hit the enemy each time you swing at them, like in the newer versions of this game, Morrowind, or Skyrim, Oblivion. Socucius Urgala. So I'm just going to build my class really quickly. Create a custom class. I'm going to call it the Duskblade. It's going to be combat-based. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make it magic-based. Yeah, and then we're going to go strength and intelligence. That's fine. Now, the major skills are going to be... We're going to put athletics over here. For those of you who don't know what these are, I'll just read them out. Athletic skill trains and conditions 1 for running and swimming. So, basically movement speed, which is important, I think, for a Let's Play like this. Plus, that's one of the Dark Elf's major skills. We're going to go over here and toss in Destruction. This is destructive spells. Also, Light Armor and Longblade. and then marksman. She's also equivalent with Shortblade and Mysticism. I'm not entirely positive I'm going to be tossing those in. I know I want Alchemy, but I also want Security to be one of her major skills. We're going to toss in Acrobatics because that is the cheapest way to level up in this game. I mean, the absolute cheapest. Did I give her... Okay, so we're going to do Sneak as a minor skill, Alchemy as a skill, and possibly leave an Enchant. Although... Did I get Marksman? Yes. So, possibly leave an Enchant, although I really like the idea of having her have Speechcraft, or possibly Armor, so that she can repair her own weapons and gear and equipment and all that good stuff. Or, I'm thinking about tossing in Restoration so that she can do healing spells on herself. So let's go ahead and do Restoration. I'm not gonna not gonna do a class description. Very good. Under a certain sign. So I want... this is kind of going to be a mixture of all the different types of classes. I mean, a little bit of warrior, a little bit of magic user, a little bit of rogue. But for the sign, I'm going to go with the tower. This will open 50 points on touch. There are other ones. The warrior fortifies your attack, which is nice, but totally useless with the full attack mod. This is totally useless because my attack is fortified by 1,000. Which again doesn't increase damage, it just increases your chance of hitting. It feels to me like they use a D&D style approach to determining whether you hit or not, which kind of works, but not in a game like this where you know you're hitting your enemy but you're not actually damaging your enemy. So, and then there's other stuff. I can increase the magic that I do, fortify my personality. That would be kind of nice. But I'm just going to go with the tower because it's one of the only ones that offers positives, no negatives. Like, if you look up here at, like, the Apprentice, Fortify Magicka times 1.5, or 1.5 times your intelligence, but then you have a weakness to Magicka. A lot of these have bonuses and then also weaknesses. This gives you the ability to open a lock that's up to 50 points on touch, which is nice. And then the other one is Detect Animals, Detect Enchantments, and Detect Keys within 200 feet. Which is pretty sweet. There's no negatives there, so I'm just going to run with the tower. And the way that I've set it up, we should have at least 3 skills, or abilities, that are at 50, which is nice. And then the rest of them are at 40, which is really nice. I only have 2 at 30, which is Willpower and Endurance, both of which I don't care that much about, honestly. But I've made other classes where you'll have a bunch at 30 and maybe 1 at 60 or something. And then if you look over here, these are all fairly high already because I went with the skills that she was already really good at. Her worst is Acrobatics and Sneak. Acrobatics you want to be low because you want to have the option to spam that as much as possible and level up, which you can do just by jumping up hills or stairs. And then Sneak levels up fairly easily as well, which is a good thing that it's at such a low level because it gives you such an opportunity. If it was at 45, you know, then you're missing out on 30 points that you could earn, thus leveling your character up. Health is pretty good. Magic is okay. Neither one of those are where I'd like them to be, but that's because I chose combat instead of magic. Magic would have made my magic higher. Anyway. This is probably going to be one of the only Let's Plays that I make that you guys see where, like, I actually know what I'm talking about, which is awesome. And I don't know everything about it. There's so much to know about this game. I was going to do a speed run before I even did a Let's Play, and I will eventually upload a speed run for you guys to see. I can beat the entire game in less than 10 minutes. The world record is like 3 minutes 57 seconds or something. So we're going to take this, and now we're going to cheat the system hard. So I'm going to pick this up, and then I'm going to open up my inventory and drop it immediately. Now, normally if they catch you after you pick it up, you're not in any trouble. He's like, what are you doing? I'll let you go for now. But once you pick something up and drop it, it legally belongs to you in this game. So, so I just got something valued at $650 for absolutely free. I'm sorry if there are like some frame rate stutters. There's not much that I can do about that. And that's just the whole CPU thing. It only relies on one core. out of a processor. It runs a lot better when I'm not running fraps alongside it. I have a mod that just opens up the basket and makes stuff a little bit more realistic in the way that you gather things. Definitely grabbing all the silver stuff. The lockpick, if I can grab it. Basically taking everything, because we're going to sell all this right off the bat and get some money out of it. Or we'll use some of the ingredients for making potions, because those will sell for a lot more. I want to get into the Tamriel Rebuilt stuff, all the quests and adventures on the mainland of Morrowind, which I'll show you guys after I unlock the map, because right now there is no map in my inventory display. But I'll show you guys that, because that's an awesome mod. Morrowind was supposed to have Morrowind was supposed to have the entire island, but the makers, Bethesda Studios, they were facing time constraints, budget, so all they really did was make the... Okay, now you can see. We'll go to the world map. So all they really made was this, right here, the island of Vvardenfell. And then you have Solstheim up here, which was added later with the Blood Moon expansion. And they haven't completed it yet, but here's the rest of Morrowind. Basically, it would wrap all the way around over here, and then it connects over here to Skyrim, and so on and so forth. I'm not sure this island belongs here. I think this is from another mod that I included. But there's a lot more land over here to explore, just as much as the actual Vvardenfell island itself. Island of Vvardenfell. So, oh, and I gotta show you guys this. Morrowind has so many bugs and so many glitches. Look! You can leave without actually doing anything. But you actually have to come talk to this guy if you want to complete the main quest. So that's what we're doing now. And I'm sorry if some of the sounds are too loud. I've tried to regulate things, but I'm using mods that introduce new sounds, and I'm not sure the in-game volume control controls those new sounds, so I do apologize for that, and I hope you hear me for most of this Let's Play. I'm going to go background, Morrowind, and then duties, and then he gives me a book that says I need to go to Chaos Casatus. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. So this is Morrowind Comes Alive. It introduces a lot of just random NPCs into the game, and it adds a lot of other really cool stuff too. So it can enable companions, courtesans, hostile drunks in taverns. I'm enabling all of this because this is going to make this game a lot more interesting. Hostile NPCs in caves and ruins, bandit attacks in towns, hostile Ashlanders at outcast Ashlander campsites, brigands and highwaymen. And I'm going to go with preferred size of hostile NPC parties, 2 to 5. I do not want to run into a party of 18 people. I will die. Or like 20 people. You will die in this game if that happens. So, I'm going to run a quick save real quick so I don't lose any of my important data. I'm going to go ahead and equip my lockpick. And sneak. Okay, we're going to have to do this in a different way. I am positive nobody can see me, whether my symbol's there or not. Lockpick success, just like that. We're going to open that gate and then lockpick it from in here as well. Now the gate's open. It doesn't really matter because we can't... Oh yeah, we can get into here, but we can't exit from here. But I'm doing this for a mission that I will be doing right now. That's lock level 100. But it'll just make it easier to get back and talk to him without having to go through the building each and every time and then just jump out this way. So I have that tower ability, which will let me get into here and get a bunch of free gear. But the free gear is medium and heavy armor, so I'm not going to waste it on that. We're going to talk to Fargoth, and he's asking about his ring. Are you the one that the boat dropped off? Odd to see a boat arrive at this time of day. At that time of the day. Hope the Imperials treated you okay. I swear they took my ring. They did take his ring, and I found it, and I just gave it to him. It was in the barrel back there. Now, that ring heals you, and it's a nice item to have right off the bat. But just because we gave it back to him doesn't mean that we lost it. What we're going to do is we're going to go talk to this guy in the tavern. And we're going to be like, dude, I'll find Fargoth's hiding place. And then you'll get money and a free ring out of it, which is nice. So here's one of the NPC commoners. They just make the world feel a little bit more alive. Is that... What is this? Ooh! Guide to Vvardenfell. Let's get that. You. Barter. Sell me Guide to Vvardenfell. Thank you very much. So, I'm going to go ahead and buy that from him, and we'll come back and get some more goods here in a little bit. I'm going to talk to this guy, recover some gold, and find Fargoth's hiding place. Agree to do it. I'm skipping quite a bit of the story, especially these side quests, mainly because they just... it would take longer to read it all than it would to just complete these missions. Whoa, alright. That's one of the sound mods I was talking about. People just in the background screaming and shit. Alright, we're going to talk to Errol and barter with him, and we're going to sell him a bunch of stuff we don't want. The short blade, the shoes at least, actually all the clothes. Oh look, I'm in my panties. And I will make some potions, so I'm not going to sell him any of my goodies, my ingredients. We're going to sell him the limeware platter. That's quite valuable. We want to sell the firmament, but we want to keep the package for Chaos Casadus. We can, however, sell the directions to him, because I know exactly where he is. I'm keeping the advertisement leaf bit. That is for another mod that we might get into a little bit later. I'm going to keep 2 torches, and then we'll make potions out of the rest of this. So we'll sell this to him for 600, which gives us a good amount of... Hey, you... I don't like you, buddy. I'm starting to hate you now, buddy. When you give the ring to Fargoth, his perception of you, his opinion of you, goes up quite a bit. He starts at 40, but because I gave Fargoth the ring, you get better deals here, and he'll give you more money. Which is why it's important to do that. Now, hold on. Oh, wait, no. I need to buy one thing from him. Not persuade. Cancel. We're going to buy... Where's it at? Mortar and pestle. And I'll just pay him full price. I don't care. Equip the mortar and pestle, and then we're going to start making some potions. I really don't care what they make. I know I can make that with just those 2. Now, you'll probably notice that I'm just tossing ingredients in here. That's because at this point I really don't care what kind of potions I can make with it. Later on, you'll notice that underneath them it says like resist poison, drain personality, and that's because I have skill in alchemy. The higher my alchemy skill goes, the more of what each item does is shown to you, and then you can start making potions from there to, you know, that actually match up, and you can make some good potions that way. But right now, Swift Swim, that's a nice potion to have. For right now, I'm going to make potions. Poisons doesn't matter. Mainly to... And I'll just use the rest of those. Mainly to make potions so we can make some money on it. So I'm going to sell that. And sell the potions. I have some Restore Fatigue, which I won't need anytime soon. And even the Swift Swim I'll go ahead and sell. And then we're going to go buy some weapons and some armor. We're going to start with a short bow and chitin arrows. We're going to get... Where's my sword? There it is. Iron Saber does 5 to 18 damage. And it's a longsword, which is the only weapon skill I have other than marksman. We're going to buy chitin armor. And the only piece of chitin armor that he's missing is griefs or leggings. So I could purchase these. More than likely I'll just buy some pants, which I shouldn't even have gotten rid of my original pants. So the chitin armor is the best that he has to sell in light armor right now. I mean, if you only care about looks, you can go with Nordic fur, which is nice, or netch leather. But I'm going to go ahead and get the best armor that he's got. We want some of his potions and scrolls and stuff, and you'll notice some of this looks different. We want this Restore Fatigue, this Restore Health, and Undissy's Unhinging, so that we can unlock locks that we can't do otherwise with our lock picks, and some Almcivi Intervention. everything else is pointless, and we've basically spent all of our money now. So, miscellaneous, if he's got a lockpick, I'll buy it. He's got 5, so I'm going to buy them all, and then sell back the intervention scrolls, because I won't need them. And that. And we'll see if he'll take this offer. Perfect. So we are completely out of cash now, but we now have weapons, we now have armor. I apologize that some of these sounds are louder than they should be, and I'm not sure how it's coming out on the recording, but hopefully you guys can hear me okay. So there's our armor, there's our shield. We'll go ahead and equip our sword. And then we can just switch back and forth between the sword and the bow, as long as I have the armor or the arrows equipped. And that's all of our inventory. We're only at 64 pounds, which is nice. So, when we get back, there are a lot of quests to do here in Seyda Neen. It is a small town, and it's the first town you come into, but there are quite a few quests to do here before we go anywhere else. So, I will see you guys in the next episode where we complete some of those. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this game. If you have any nostalgic memory related to this game, because that's why I wanted to play it again. I come back to it every few years, and it's great every time, and it's much better modded like this. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys in the next one.